Bartenders of Reddit. What is the smoothest pickup line you've ever heard? Story 1. I once saw a girl go up to a fellow in a goth club and ask him if he washed his clothes in Windex. He was supposed to say no, so she could say, "That's weird, because I sure can see myself in your pants." The trouble was, he was wearing patent leather pants and excitedly answered, "Yes. Aren't they shiny?" Her line was ruined, but they left together anyway. Story 2. Saw a dude standing at the bar waiting to order drinks when it was his round, and a Britney Spears song came on. He happily sings along and wiggles his hips, waiting to order drinks. He wasn't showing off or trying to be funny, just happily doing his thing. The chick next to him was staring the whole time, laughing, and when he noticed, he just smiled, nodded, and went right back to it. She took the bait, and that was that. Story 3. I met my current girlfriend while working behind a bar. Unfortunately, she got way too drunk. So the next time she came up to order a drink, I gave her a pint of water and told her she had enough. Her response? "Well, if you're not going to give me a drink, at least give me your number." We have a dog now. Story 4. I was in another country with friends, and I asked the waitress where the best bar in around was. When she started saying, "Oh, it depends on what you like," I asked her which one I'd likely find her at. My friends thought it was very smooth. I guess she did too. Story 5. A girl once bet that if she could fit an entire one of the cupcakes we sold in her mouth without using her hands, I would have to give it to her for free. She did, and I did. I was so impressed that I got her a free drink too. 6 years later, we're still together, eating cupcakes and shit. Story 6. I'm a bartender. I met my girlfriend when she asked me for 2 tequila and tobacco-based shots, and then said, "That one is for you." I still think she's very cool. Story 7. I saw a drinking guy sit next to a woman at the bar and say, "You mind if I sit here and hit on you for a while?" So that's my go-to pickup line other than Taco Bell hot sauce sayings. Story 8. I met my girlfriend working at a bar. The dress code was terrible, all black with white suspenders and a white bow tie. However, she patronized and wore an adorable dress with a bow in her hair. The music was super loud, EDM nightclub, so I pointed to her hair, wiggled my bow tie, and winked. About 20 minutes later, I got her phone number. We've been together for almost 4 years. Story 9. Bartended in college. A guy walks up to a girl at the bar and goes, "Hi, my name is Ben, and I'm going to buy you drinks until you find me attractive." The girl smiled and laughed, and he asked what she would like to drink. She looked him over. He was already beautiful. Turned to me and said, "In that case, I'll have water." He got it that night. Story 10. I was a bartender for a little while. On my last day, I was celebrating my last day with everyone, and the hottest girl at the bar said, "After your shift, want to come over and celebrate?" I am still riding on that high, the only time that has happened to me. Story 11. I work in a bar. This is the opposite of a smooth pickup line, but it still worked. I overheard a guy mess up asking a girl out once by asking her if she wanted to go eat a movie sometime. Her response was, "Sure, I always watch what I eat." I laughed. There was merriment, and all had a good time. Story 12. I saw 2 people hook up without even saying anything to each other. They were looking at each other from across the bar. He raised an eyebrow, and she half smiled and nodded. They met in the middle, and it was on. They didn't even buy another drink. I know they did not know each other, as the bloke is my cousin. Story 13. I bartended in college. My buddies came to visit during a UFC fight. One of them, after a few Crown and Sprites, walks up to a beautiful woman, definitely not a student, and asks, "If you were a pirate, would you put a parrot on this shoulder?" Pointing at her shoulder closest to him. "Or this shoulder," reaching his arm around her to the other shoulder. They left together right after that. Story 14. In line waiting to order, my buddy starts talking to a girl next to us. He notices an interesting tattoo on her arm and asks about it. She lifts her sleeve to reveal a tattoo of a girl wrapped in a dragon. He asks if she has the girl's number. She did. Story 15. A regular would start a conversation with the girl, wait for the second laugh out of her, and then drop the magic S. "When I text you goodnight later, what phone number should I use?" Cue the third laugh and him getting her number. Story 16. Bouncer in college in a very busy Jersey town. Heard dozens of lines. I actually dated a girl for a while that came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm your future girlfriend. Here's my number." The best part of being the bouncer is that you're not expected to say anything. Just stand there and look like a tough guy and make occasional eye contact. Story 17. This guy came in wearing a weird red romper. It wasn't so much what he was saying, but the quantity. He pulled out a book and read them off as fast as he could, not letting her get a word in. By God, it worked though. Story 18. Saw a gay guy trying to chat up a straight guy in a club I used to work in. The gay guy keeps calling the straight guy selfish, saying it repeatedly until the straight guy kicks off and shouts, "Why the fuck am I selfish?" The gay guy answers, "You get to keep that body all year round. I only want it for one night." Story 19. We had two regulars at a bar who had a system down pat. Whenever they spotted a new girl, one fancied the other one would come up to the girl, all drunk and leery, and scare the hell out of her. The other would then swoop in like a knight in shining armor. The next night they'd be back, roles reversed. Worked all the time. Story 20. A friend of mine walked up to a girl, took a drink, and drank it quickly in front of her. He then, with a huge grin on his face, asked if he could buy her a drink. I'm sure he picked it up off the internet or something, but it was really something to see from a guy that could pull it off. Story 21. I was standing in line at Rock Inn in Oslo, and the girl behind me was approached by a guy dropping, "Wanna fuck?" She slapped him really hard. Without flinching, he looked her straight in the eyes and said, "I guess we know who's on top tonight." They left together 3 hours later. Story 22. I used to walk up to a woman and say, "If you buy me a drink, I'll probably dance with you." I got drinks and dances more often than not. I always bought the next round or two. Except for one time, the woman took my game to the next level. She bought me drinks, asked me to dance, and took me home. I was her bitch that night. Story 23. A friend of mine wrote on a napkin their phone number inside, and then on the outside wrote something along the lines of, "If you want to get to know me, turn over. If not, throw away." The receiving party was so confused, so they just opened it and texted the number. They've been dating since. Story 24. I was bartending one night when a young lady came to the bar and asked for a drink that was fairly sweet and easy to drink. I made her a white peach martini. After she tasted it, she said, "What the fuck is this?" I told her it was a white peach martini and asked her if she liked it or wanted something else. Her response was, "Yeah, I want you to try my white peach." In all fairness, I work at a high-volume rowdy nightclub type of bar, and witty remarks are often heard. Story 25. I saw a guy get rejected by the girl he was sitting next to at the bar. He then decided to pay his tab, and as he pulled out his wallet, something fell out of his wallet. But I didn't get a glance at it from behind the bar. He loudly exclaimed, "Oh no, I dropped the monster condom that I used for my Magnum dong." They left together.